my name is Richard, and over the past 50 years or so, technology has been improving with things like TV, computers, and cell phones. And with those improving, there's easier way for people to get access to information through social media, the news, or even social networks. But with all these improving technologies and all these ways to get easier information, there also comes with some restrictions. Some of these restrictions causing people to not fully live or fully know everything that's going on with their world. And I'm here to claim that the media's use of information is to the public causes a corrupt point of view towards people's opinions or thoughts about a certain matter or subject. Some of the things that they try to corrupt you through would be the television, the internet, and social networks that you could get through your cell phone. Through the media like television and the news, they try to corrupt what you see and what you think about certain issues. For example, in Iran, a journalist get imprisoned for putting anything negative in the news that they towards the government or any of the people. So they try to keep everything positive and make everything look good, whether it is good or if it's bad or not. Another thing is in North Korea, the whole entire government is controlled, or the whole media is controlled by the government. So they decide what gets put out and what's said and other stuff. And people in North Korea don't always get the most accurate information, and they get isolated, and some people don't even know that there's any other life outside of North Korea. And even in the United States, there are biased newscasts like Fox News is biased towards one political party, whereas the others are more biased towards another, giving out false information, not false information, but more lenient in what they think. And another form of information that people get there is the internet. And China actually censors what people are allowed to search on the Google and what they're able to see, causing them not to search for what they want or get the information that they need about anything. And another country that does that would be Iran, which censors any outside influence towards their people, so that way they don't get any influences to how their life would be like if they were to see how people in the United States were living. And some ways that they do try to prevent people from looking on the internet by censoring it would be they put laws to threaten them. They'll imprison them for going to these websites, and so this really manipulates like what they want, what they're able to know, and what information is given. Social networks is also a great way of getting a source of information, easy way for everybody to connect to each other, to get fast sources of information. Things like Facebook or Twitter or Instagram are a good way for advertising, but they are not always a good source of looking for a truthful, honest view on a subject. Some are corrupt, in which big companies might pay for advertisements or try to influence people to what you think, such as big oil companies try to pay off what's it called, electrical cars to try to keep everybody dependent on gasoline. And with these corrupt ideas. People try to promote ideas that might not always be the best and most efficient or the happiest way to live, but they do it for reasons that are unknown. And as technology gets and starts to improve, there's going to become more restrictions on how we see things, and it's going to drive us away from what is being told. And I think that we should, there should be less restrictions on what we're seeing, so that way we can get what the truth is and what is really being told about everything. And that's it.
Well, there's no dispute that Iran, North Korea, China, and places like that restrict access to information, but where's the proof that that's a result of technology, that they have the ability to do this more because of technology than they had before that technology existed? I think there's an implied link here that is not demonstrated. You've got a little bit of a structure, but they're not always claims, they're mostly signposts of information that's being presented. The closest places that you come to having clear argumentative issues would be bias in the news media here in the United States, which you take as a presupposition as opposed to proving one way or the other. And then at the end you make a claim that says that additional technology is going to increase the ability to restrict access to information. And I think that might be a potential claim for you to develop, but there's no argument about that. I didn't even hear any source citation. I mean, I'm generally willing to accept that Iran, Korea, and places like that are restricting information. I don't know that I have to have an exact quote or an example of each of those things, but I think I ought to get something that falls into that category, and we don't get anything that would constitute data on this. I didn't hear any source citations being presented in the argument, so it's a little bit problematic. Now, you do have the benefit of feeling passionate about what you're talking about. I think you do a good job talking to the audience, but you need to have a stronger argument that you're making for us. All right, thank you.